Hi everyone. I've got an interesting question from a guy in the Marines that applies to a lot of you out there as well. Stand by. Hello everyone, it's DJ. I got a question on Speakpipe that applies to a lot of you folks out there as well. It's from a guy from the Marine Corps Reserve. I'm going to play it now, and when it's done, I'm going to come back and answer it. This will be a quick video, but I think it is going to be something that applies to everyone who has anything to do with medical boards. This is a very good and relevant question, and you'll see in a minute just why. So give me a moment, and I'll be right back.
Hi, my name's Mark. I'm in the Marine Corps Reserves. I've got about 12 years in, and I just got medically disqualified from this most recent deployment and dropped from orders. It looks like they're going to send some information to determine whether or not I'm fit for duty, and I'm interested in the process of the integrated disability evaluation system. So my particular question is, how does it work if I already have a VA rating? I'm currently I think 90% or 70% with the VA. And so specifically my question would be, do I go back and do another evaluation with the VA, or do I just submit whatever findings they've had thus far? Thanks a lot for all your help. Your website and blogs are really helpful. I hope I can share my experience with other people and shed some light on the reserves. All right, thanks, man. Bye.
All right, so you can see what Mark was talking about. That was a very interesting question. That's quite relevant, for a lot of people who already have disability ratings with the Veterans Administration. That is maybe not a concern, but definitely a valid question. Do you have to be reevaluated again? And believe it or not, the answer is yes. When you're going through the integrated disability evaluation system or any sort of medical board of this type, it is a good idea to be reevaluated completely. And why, you might wonder? Because when you're going through these types of evaluations, you're going through a total evaluation. You want to be evaluated fully. Why? I'm going to say that a lot. Why? Because if you are found unfit, you want to be found unfit to a degree that you can be medically retired. And if you are only having part of your disabilities considered, then you are not possibly going to be found sufficiently unfit for a medical retirement. Let's just say, for example, that you have, lower back issues and knee issues, and that results in a 10% and a 10% rating for a total of 20%. But you also have PTSD that you had previously for a 50% rating, but you were not considering that before because, you already had that. 50% could have easily pushed you over the minimum 30, sorry for all the numbers, but 50% could have easily pushed you over 30 because 50 is greater than 30. Basic math here, even with Common Core, 50 is still greater than 30. So if you had considered that, you would have been medically retired. Now, fortunately, most of the time this is already done. But don't try to hide anything when you're going through medical boards. Bring everything to the table. And I'm sorry if I keep bringing out cliches here. I'm not running off of a script today. say I'm winging this, and because Mark was good enough to just give us his natural question, so I'm giving you a natural answer. So when you're going through medical boards, bring everything. Bring all of your issues, be they line of duty investigations, be they pre-existing VA claims, be they new issues not claimed before. Everything you have, you should bring up during your evaluation. If not for any other reason, then this is probably the only time that you're going to have a relatively friendly VA examiner. This is pretty much the only time that you've got someone with the compensation and pension examination team who is helping you look for reasons to get ratings for claims. At any other time, the VA is going to be adversarial, but during the disability evaluation procedures, you're going to have by comparison, a quite friendly evaluator. So take advantage of this. Bring everything you've got. Don't abuse this, of course. Don't say, oh, I have a hangnail. Don't do stuff like that. But all legitimate claims, bring to them and make use of this. Everything that you've legitimately earned, take it. So if you've already got it, bring it. If it's something new, bring that as well. Now, Mark, I've got, as you already know, several episodes on the YouTube channel that relate to disability evaluations. If you have not seen them all, then I'm going to put those in the description for this episode. I recommend watching those, and for anyone who has not seen them, I recommend them as well. If you have anything to do with disability evaluations, I recommend these as a good primer. And in fact, for next week's episode, if you have seen my episode on Operation Iceberg, I have an interview scheduled for a person who has experienced the results of Operation Iceberg and her own life story as far as that. So please join me for next week and that interview. If you have not already, see, I always point the wrong way. If you have not already subscribed, then please do so by clicking the logo here in the corner. And if you are listening in podcast land, then please subscribe by doing so in iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever podcast medium you particularly like to use. This is a short episode for this week, and for that, I'm actually going to apologize. I have been suffering from migraines more often than I have not for these last several weeks, and there have been very few moments when I have been coherent and even able to focus long enough to do much of anything. So please forgive me for my reduced output and in some cases just trying to catch up like I'm doing right now. So I'm human like the rest of us, but I will catch up. So anyway, enough of that. Enough of the sob story. So anyway, if you like this episode, then please click the thumbs up button. And if you have any comments, concerns, questions, or whatnot, then please put those down below. I will answer those as quickly as possible. That's the beauty of technology. A smartphone can tell you when there's a comment, no matter whether I'm in front of a computer or not. And sometimes it's pretty cool when you're sitting out there bored and then a comment pops up. Ooh, cool, I have something I can do, at least for 30 seconds. And it's rather, enthusiastic. It's rather, my train of thought there. It's rather neat when you get such comments. It's nice to know that people appreciate what you do. So anyway, thank you for being a part of this audience. Thank you for joining me for these videos and for being a part of this team and for spreading the word about what we do here. I say we in the royal sense, since this is a one-man operation. But you could say me and my ego, I guess. So again, thank you for being here. Please join me next week. And as always, thank you for your service. I'll see you next week.
If you liked what you heard on today's episode, then please go below and give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, please let other people know about this channel and the information it can provide for them. If you have questions or comments, then have no qualms about posting them in the comment section below. Please remember the RC Retirement YouTube channel and the RC Retirement website are not recognized or endorsed by the Department of Defense, the Department of Veterans Affairs, or any other government agency. The information presented in these resources are for entertainment and informational purposes only. Also, the content of either of these resources should not be considered financial or legal advice. Please consult with your own legal counsel, accountant, and financial planner before making any decisions based on what you have learned here. As always, thank you for watching the RC Retirement YouTube channel.